Alright guys, we're Volvo Rosslot here, and I'm wearing a legit boss shirt today because I'm having a Horseman marathon later. But anyway, enough of that, four horsemen. You can't get enough of the four horsewomen anyway. So, I just finished watching Monday Night Raw, which means I can finally do my WrestleMania 32 predictions for a card that many people thought would be trash because, a lot of injuries, obviously. Rollins, Cena, Orton, Cesaro, Nikki Bella, Tyson Kidd, Daniel Bryan, even more recently, Luke Harper, Bray Wyatt. Neville is another one that literally just popped into my mind. So, people thought this card would be absolutely trash. I would say there's 4 very good matches on here that could be show-stealing, and that's mainly what I care about. The rest of it is just sort of there, and I'm being absolutely honest. I do think NXT Dallas will be a better card, but I feel like this one could have the match of the weekend. But anyway, so we have 11 matches. That's, I think, the most we've ever had on a WrestleMania. Well, the most we've had for a while anyway. Last year we only had 9. We have 4 on the pre-show. I heard the pre-show was an hour long. 4 matches on the pre-show is way too many, obviously. We start off with the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I have no idea who the participants are, so let me just scroll to the bottom. Okay, so we have Heath Slater, Curtis Axel, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, Big Show, Kane, Tyler Breeze, Goldust, R-Truth, Darren Young, Mark Henry, Connor, Victor, Jack Swagger, Fandango, and Damien Sandow. Wait, is that 20? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is 17. There'll be no Wyatt family from what I'm looking at. So I'm not going to predict Wyatt family. I'm just going to say Mark Henry. I would love Damien Sandow to win, to right the wrong of last year's Battle Royal, and if they do that, then fantastic. But I feel like Mark Henry's going to win. Maybe his last WrestleMania. Dallas, Texas. It's his hometown. Well, actually, from Houston, Texas, or Silsbee, Texas. Actually, God, my WWE knowledge. God, somebody should really punch me. But yeah, Mark Henry. I'm going to go with Mark Henry. I just don't. None of the others can really win. I'd love Tyler Breeze to win, but I doubt it. Next matchup on the pre-show, and we move on to the Usos against the Dudleys. I could care less. I'm going to go with the Usos. The Dudleys have had mixed control of the feud. It just makes sense for the Usos to win. That's why I'm going to say them. Reigns is going to win as well. So just Samoans, are going to win. I just couldn't care. Next up, again, Kalisto has been put on the pre-show. Kalisto versus Ryback for the United States title. This has the potential to be a decent matchup. I think this could be quite entertaining. The big guy versus small guy is a very easy trope. Very easy for Kalisto to play off. And he's always doing that in most of his matches anyway, so he should be used to it by now. They also had a really good matchup on SmackDown during the World Title Tournament that Kalisto won. So it could be as good as that one. I really enjoyed that matchup. So in the end, I do actually see Kalisto winning again. I see him retaining the United States title. I actually was someone who didn't feel like Kalisto would get to WrestleMania with the US title. So the fact that I feel like he's actually going to pass WrestleMania with the US title is a lot of kudos to him. He's an incredibly talented superstar. We just need more character from him. I feel like he shows a lot of in-ring ability, but he just hasn't got a lot of character apart from he's a guy who wears a mask. Where Rey Mysterio differed is he had so much character. He connected with the fans on such a personal level, with the masks. Everybody bought the masks. I don't know if Kalisto's mask is even sold on WWE Shop or even WWE Euro Shop. So Kalisto doesn't have that connection with the fans that Rey Mysterio did for me to say he is the new Rey Mysterio. He's very talented. He's not as talented as Rey Mysterio, and I don't think he connects as well as Rey Mysterio, but he's talented nonetheless. And I feel like he's going to go over Ryback in what should be at least a decent matchup. I'm not looking forward to it, but it should be a decent matchup. Last match on the pre-show, the Total Divas against Team Bad and Blonde. Oh my God, they could not have picked a worse 5th member for Team Total Divas. First of all, one thing. 2 of the members from Team Bad and Blonde have been main cast members on Total Divas. Naomi and Summer Rae. Secondly, Paige and Emma are way too good for this storyline. Emma is one of the best wrestlers in NXT currently, probably behind Asuka and Bayley. I have no idea why she is in this matchup. First and secondly, she's not even blonde. She's like dark blood brown. I don't know. I've got eye problems. But anyway, Team Total Diva consists of Brie Bella, Paige, Natalya, Alicia Fox, and Eva Marie. Eva Marie is the most bizarre choice because A, she's on the face team. I don't see why she's on the face team. She's the biggest heel in NXT currently, which, to her credit, she's actually quite good at being a heel. Some of her promo skills aren't too bad. Some of them are, though. Her in-ring ability kind of still sucks. I'm going to be honest. I really don't like her in-ring ability. I have no idea why they added to this match. It was literally because they planned her to be at WrestleMania 32 and they just wanted to shoehorn her in this matchup. If she gets the pin, I'm going to be very annoyed. Team Bad and Blonde consists of Naomi, Tamina Snuka, Lana, Emma, and Summer Rae. So you've got Emma, who's a really talented diva. Summer Rae, who is so underrated. Lana, we have no clue. Like, Lana, to me, can be very good or very bad, and I'm moving towards very bad. And that's ironic, considering she's part of Team Bad. Naomi, again, is one of the most underrated workers, and Tamina Snuka is not very good. So overall, you have probably 5 decent workers in this matchup with Paige and Emma and Naomi and Summer Rae. Brie Bella's not too bad. You have Natalya, obviously, but then you have like Alicia Fox is kind of meh. Obviously, Lana and Eva Marie. So overall, I don't think this is going to be too spectacular. It'll be okay at best, I think. And in the end, I'm going to go with Team Total Diva. It just makes sense for the Total Divas to win. WWE have always pushed the Total Divas as the faces, and they have always won. That's the thing. The Total Divas always seem to win when they're in a matchup where they are tagged as the Total Divas. And I feel that's because they are packaged as Total Diva instead of women. I mean, I feel really bad for Emma. Like, it's going to be great to see Emma's entrance, even though I doubt she'll get an individual entrance, but damn it, that really sucks. On a little side note, though, Paige can go 2-0 at WrestleMania if she wins that match. Something I noticed. Also, I think Brie Bella, if she loses, goes 0-3. Not too bad. Anyway, moving on, we're not going to talk about the main events yet. We'll go to the... Okay, AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. 4th time, AJ's going to win. If Chris Jericho wins, I will literally freak and punch the television. Because Chris doesn't need the win. Chris Jericho is actually a good superstar for putting people over. So in this matchup, he should definitely be putting AJ over. AJ, I hope he doesn't win with a phenomenal forearm. Because seriously, the phenomenal forearm is the worst name for a wrestler. For a wrestling move I think I've ever heard. Like, that's as bad as WCW name charactering. So, like, the Super Giant Ninja in WCW, that's how bad the phenomenal forearm is. AJ's going to win, though, and it should be a great matchup. Jericho and AJ have so much chemistry in that ring, and it's just another dream match. So, at least the match at Fastlane was absolutely fantastic, and this one should be fantastic as well. This will be one of the best matches on the show. Moving on, we have probably the most, I would say, underrated match on the card, and that's the 7-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, Sin Cara, The Miz, and Stardust. There's a lot of quality here, and the only person that doesn't really need to be in the matchup, I would say, is Zack Ryder. But Zack Ryder is very talented anyway, so that's fine for me. Oh, look at that. Zack Ryder and Emma are both on the WrestleMania card. That's really shocking, considering a week ago they weren't. I mean, I'm looking forward to this ladder match a lot. It should be very good. I think it should be about as good as last year, so 4.25 star, that's actually really good. In the end, I do see Kevin Owens retaining after last pulling Sami Zayn off the ladder. That makes sense. That's the storyline they should be pushing. Zayn and Owens. Zayn should not take the title off Owens in a ladder match. It doesn't make sense to have the feud end there, and it doesn't make sense for Zayn to do that. Zayn will be losing at Dallas, so he will be losing 2 nights nearly consecutively, but it's going to pay off in the end when I feel like he's going to feud with Owens and finally take the IC belt off him. But Kevin Owens is going to retain. The Miz won't win. Sin Cara, Ryder, Stardust, Ziggler won't win. It will be Zayn or Owens, and Owens is the one that should win. So I'm going to go with Kevin Owens. The New Day, which is of course Big E, Xavier, and Kofi versus the League of Nations, Sheamus, Del Rio, Rusev, and King Barrett. The issue with this matchup for me, particularly, is the fact that we've seen it in tag matches like twice. So it's not fresh, but but it should be entertaining overall. I feel like the New Day are going to win. Apparently, the belts aren't on the line, so it's kind of dumb. It's the first time the tag titles aren't going to be on the line for a few WrestleManias, so... Since, like, 24, maybe? I don't know. I can't think. But anyway, I do see the New Day winning. That's exactly what it needs to be. It should be okay. Should be pretty entertaining. Some good quality guys there. And now, one of the matches I am most looking forward to. Divas title, triple threat, Charlotte, my girl, Sasha Banks. Not really my girl, I wish. And Becky Lynch for the Divas title, if I didn't mention. This should be fantastic. These are three of the best women's wrestlers on this planet, bar Bayley. Literally, yeah. And, I mean, I think Sasha's probably the best women's wrestler on the planet. I'm being deadly serious. This should be great. In the end, Charlotte will not retain. It'll either be Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks who take the title. And I feel like WWE are much more pushing Sasha Banks. She got the pinfall victory over Charlotte. And then Charlotte beat Becky Lynch, of course, last night. So it feels like they're going to be going with Sasha Banks as the top face of the division. And then Bayley will come eventually. And probably he'll turn Sasha heel. But Sasha Banks is going to win. I'm going to mark the hell out. Because Sasha Banks is going to win the Divas title at WrestleMania in a triple threat match. And it should be great. One of the best matches on the card. It's finally good to see. I mean, this is going to be, in my opinion, the best women's matchup to ever happen at WrestleMania. I have no doubt it will be, because these women are fantastic in the ring. And this should be an absolutely fantastic match. I know I said fantastic a lot, but it's Sasha, Bayley, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte. Now we move on to the three main events. We start off with probably my most look forward match of the entire week. Dean Ambrose against Brock Lesnar, no holds barred street fight. Why is it called a no holds barred street fight? It should just be no holds barred or a street fight. But anyway, Ambrose's segment on Raw last night was very entertaining. I loved it. Honestly, I hope Ambrose uses all those weapons against Lesnar. It should be an absolutely barn-burning match. In the end, though, it's a very tough decision to make, because you've either got Lesnar beating Ambrose and Ambrose looking like a champ, or Ambrose winning and Ambrose looking like a champ. I don't mind either. I feel like if Ambrose loses and Lesnar obviously gets the victory, that does nothing to hurt Ambrose. Ambrose losing to Lesnar does absolutely nothing to hurt him, does everything to help him. The artwork for Payback was Ambrose and Reigns. So that gives me the impression that Ambrose is going to be against Roman Reigns at the pay-per-view for the world title, probably. So I'm actually going to go with Dean Ambrose. I think Ambrose should be the one to receive the payoff for beating Lesnar. Lesnar's story should end with Dean Ambrose beating him. Lesnar beating The Undertaker and beating Cena and beating Rollins and beating, Luke Harper and stuff like that should end with Ambrose beating him and establishing Ambrose as a top babyface. It just works like that. So I'm going to go with Dean Ambrose to beat Brock Lesnar. It's a bold prediction, and not a lot of people are going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Regardless, this is going to be the match of the night, in my opinion. It should be a brilliant battle, a brutal war between two of the best in the ring currently in the WWE, probably in the world. And they are going to tear each other apart. And in the end, I feel like Dean Ambrose is going to get the win. And I'm going to mark out, because Ambrose, I'm going to wear my Dirty Deeds shirt, I think, because I'm going to be supporting Dean Ambrose. Even though Lesnar's one of my favourites of all time. Next main event, we go to the Hell in a Cell match between Shane McMahon and The Undertaker. If Shane wins, he gets control of Monday Night Raw. If The Undertaker loses, this will be his last WrestleMania. That's the way it's worded. And that wording is very iffy, because I'm off to watch WWE in April, and it's going to be Undertaker and Big Show against the Wyatt family. So the wording of this makes me feel like Undertaker could lose. But will he, though? It's one of those, strange... I don't know if they'd bring Shane back to have him have one match and then go. So I think I'm going to predict Shane McMahon to win. I feel like this could be a really, really good matchup if they go with exactly the same sort of style they did with the opening of Raw last night with Shane hitting an elbow. This should be a brutal match. Honestly, Shane McMahon should put in an absolutely dying battle. This, to me, should probably be the main event. Because Reigns is not going to end the show on a good point, and that's not, to me. I like Reigns, just not from the majority. I think Shane McMahon will win, and I feel like The Undertaker will never compete at WrestleMania again. He'll have his goodbye tour, and I will get to see him one of the last times he'll ever wrestle, hopefully. So I'm going to go with Shane McMahon. And Shane McMahon will control Raw, and that'll put more pressure on the Authority, and I feel like that'll be a very cool angle they could do with Shane actually running Raw. I'd like to see what Shane could do running Raw, to be honest. So I'm going to go with Shane McMahon. Again, those last two predictions are very iffy. It could go either way, but I'm going to go with the two I would say the least favourite. And then finally, the main event matchup, Triple H against Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight title. I'm surprised they didn't add a stipulation to this matchup of if Reigns loses, he's fired or something like that, or just make it like a street fight. But then again, I guess they gave that to Lesnar and Ambrose. This should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it because it should be a good matchup. I want to see Reigns win the belt. Like, it's one of those, like, smarks to me today are getting quite annoying, and the IWC are hating Reigns because he's getting pushed over guys like Cesaro. Yes, Cesaro is so much more talented, but you've got to look at the image. You've got to look what WWE is. It's a business. Roman Reigns is the right guy, I think, to have that mantle, that power. Him or Dean Ambrose. And I like both. I like Ambrose more. I like Cesaro more. I like so many guys more than Reigns. But Reigns at the moment, he's the right guy to take that position from John Cena as the top guy. He looks the part. He is the part. He has fantastic matches, and he's the guy. He is the man outside of Rollins and Ambrose. So Roman Reigns is going to be taking the title from Triple H. There'll be some shenanigans. I'm sure The Rock will get involved. I'm sure Stephanie will get involved. I'm sure Stone Cold will get involved in one of the matches as well. Maybe giving a stunner to Vince McMahon and helping Shane McMahon win. That makes total sense. But yeah, I feel like Triple H is going to be leaving without his WWE World title, and Roman Reigns will be standing tall. There'll be a bunch of boos, but hey, it makes total sense. So, thanks for watching, guys. This has been my WrestleMania 32 predictions. I'm looking forward to some of it, not all of it. NXT Dallas, I think, will be a better show. Tell me what you think. Do you think NXT Dallas will be a better show? What match are you most looking forward to? Do you think two Divas matches on this show is a good thing for the Divas Revolution, you know? Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Raw Russell. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. I've got to watch some horsewomen.